Hello everyone, I'm Princess Farron. Today we'll do something different, a cozy app session spotlighting each of the 5 love interests of Love and Deepspace through lore, visuals, voice, music, and personality. So I've been running this channel for over 7 years and I began diving into Love and Deepspace in October 2024. It's been an exciting new chapter, and I'm glad we're here for it. So, whether you love the deep lore or fawn over the stunning visuals of the memories, think of this as a love letter to what makes each Love and Deep Space LI unique and unforgettable. Ready? Let's dive in. So, first we have here lore. So, who do you think I should pick for the best lore so far of Love and Deepspace? So, of course, this is going to be all personal, right? I'm not saying this is actually the best. It is the best or the most interesting for each of these categories for me, okay? And I would very much like to know your opinion. So, starting off, lore. Zayne. In my opinion, our renowned cardiac surgeon, known for his strict demeanor but caring to a fault, has the best lore. I mean, he has that esoteric and cosmic feel to it. All those connections that can be established between his several persona, so to speak. And I'm talking here about Dawnbreaker Zayne, the Foreseer, the Master of Fate, but also connecting to the general lore of Love and Deepspace. We have Astra, the godly being that supposedly torments Zayne because he's supposed to be his tool, his diviner, his messenger, but he fell in love with the MC, and Astra doesn't want that. And we don't know if Astra is only controlling Zayne because we had a little cameo in one of Caleb's memories cards. So maybe there's something more about Astra that is related to everything. But we'll have to wait to see that. But anyways, besides Astra, we have the myth, the Tower of Secrets. We have so much lore in that myth as the Foreseer. We see how he's tormented by the ice shards, and then we have the field of jasmines that is supposed to represent each of his incarnations, and he doesn't remember what happened. He can never see that he actually kissed the MC. He only has memories up until that point because Astra doesn't allow it. But it's so profound and so meaningful. Also, he also talks about that world was created by words, which probably means a lot about all the timelines of the multiverse that is probably Love and Deepspace. We also have the Master of Faith myth, Nose Embrace, also very interesting. MC is a variable that cannot be controlled and therefore is dangerous. And we also have the first appearance of Baiju, that also appeared, if you remember, in the Death and Rebirth update. And Baiju, that adorable little creature, that is sort of a lion and in mythology, he is the guardian of realms, embodying a bridge between worlds. And it's just very rich, his mythology. He definitely has a more of an Eastern inspiration, and I absolutely love that. But not only that, it's very mythical, very esoteric, and we cannot forget, because I love that part when they first presented the fractile library. Dude, oh my god, I was really excited about that. I guess I was more excited about that chapter of World Underneath that some memories, to be honest. That was really, really interesting to me. And it can connect to so many of the things that take place in Love in Deepspace. Because it's a library that holds many possibilities. Each book contains a world or a possibility of a world, and it's almost like a repository of everything that has been taking place in the Love and Deepspace universe, whether in the past, the present, in a parallel world, and the future. And I think Xavier's myth also touched that a little bit with the Tree of Life. But yeah, in terms of lore, these are my thoughts, and I think the best lore so far is Zayne's. So, what about the visuals? And visuals here, I am talking about the visuals of the memories, okay? Namely, the Kindle. That's what I'm talking about. And I would also like to know which love interest do you think has the best Kindle moments, visually speaking? Or what are your favorite memories in terms of visuals, even if they are from different love interests? So, visuals, what do you think? Well, this was an easy one for me. I chose Xavier. The team behind his cards, they absolutely deserve a raise because the visual of the Kindles are always top notch. The way there's a play between light and shadow, the use of colors that are kind of reminiscent of the sky and the stars is absolutely magnificent. I would say it's poetic even. And besides that, it is totally in line with his Lumiere and his space traveler imagery. The most appealing of his cards in this regard are his birthday card, the Celestial Message, also the Silvery Polyphony and Starfall Sanctuary. They are perfect examples of it, and they always have like the perfect mix of beauty, magic, and mystery. I think they're absolutely beautiful. It's like you're in a waking dream, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So visuals, I goes for Xavier. So we have here 3 love interests left. So I would very much like to know which one do you think is the best voice? I'm assuming most of you will pick Sylus, but that is not actually who I chose to be here. Oh my god, he's good. Okay, I'll leave it here, and then I'll put it in the right spot. No, I picked Caleb, and I'm going to explain why. So, first of all, kudos to well, to all of them, to be completely fair. They're doing an amazing job. And we know very well some of their lines should be a little hard or a little weird, a little funny to act, right? Especially the Secret Times one. Anyway, why did I pick Caleb for the voice category? Because he's extremely versatile. Whether sounding like an innocent schoolboy or slipping into a little sass or inspiring both fear and respect, his voice mirrors his many layers, which makes sense due to his complex personality and the several forces that fight
forward to me not
to take
coming
control
back.
over him.
Unfortunately for them, I already danced with death once.
As far as I'm concerned, I think he's a character that's fighting himself, as well as playing along with different factions. Factions that Caleb eventually wishes to betray or abandon, like Ever, and probably even the Far Space Fleet. And of course, he's also fighting the Turing ship.
I'm sorry. I feel like I don't know how to take care of you anymore.
A technology that literally suppresses his emotions and who he truly is. So he has to assume various persona to deal with the several factions. And I think his voice mirrors that, and that's why he sounds so different and his range is so good. From being playful to almost being menacing.
Really? I always held myself back and endured day after day after day. It was suffocating. But now, I'm tired of playing these games.
he's doing a great job. Caleb is probably the most versatile in terms of voice. So we have two tiers left: the music and personality one. And also, yeah, before I proceed, of course, let me know who you think is the best voice and why. I know most of you are going to say Sylus or think Sylus, and he's great too. But yeah, one for each category. So music. You wanna guess who I'm going to pick? We have two left. We have Rafayel and Sylus. Who is going to be? Who is going to be? It's going to be Sylus. So, like, it's his songs, his themes are amazing. From the music for the version 2.0 of Love and Deepspace, to the music on his debut trailer, the Tangible Shackles one, these themes are definitely, at least in my opinion, among the most powerful of Love and Deepspace. And all of the three of these main themes, the Mistwalker, Mysterious Shadows, and Feast of Desires, they are all variations of it, laced with tones of serenity, mystery, and seduction. So they are a little different, but the base is the same. And of course, one of the main reasons is not only his main theme, but we cannot also forget the theme for his myth, the Beyond Cloudfall, the Dragon's Veil song. It's absolutely chef's kiss. Mwah! I still remember the first time I heard it. It sounded exactly like a soundtrack for an epic fantasy series or movie. I remember that someone put the soundtrack in YouTube, and I actually listened to it several times because it is that good. Really excellent. And all the violins in that music, they meld just so well with the choir. It's almost like it's the same instrument, a new instrument. It's simply beautiful. It's like the music itself is a tale of immemorial times, of lives shaped by pain and saved by love. It's absolutely brilliant. So do tell me, do you like Sylus' themes, or do you think another one of the guys has better music? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I love music, so I like all their themes, but Sylus's themes are especially powerful. Okay, we've got only one tier left, the personality one, and yeah, you know, only one left, and it's Raphael. So, what can I say about Mr. Fishy, about the sea god of Lemuria, our playful but introspective artist who's capable of creating art with his hands, but kill with his sweet siren voice, right? So, as the other love interests, he's very complex. Raphael has depth, like the waters he rules over. He has strength, and he can be cunning, but he can also be extremely silly, and sometimes I think even a tiny bit innocent. Though he hides the truth, his nightmares don't allow him to forget the reality of his situation. And as we know, he is a man set on revenge for what has been done to his people of Lemuria, namely the tests and the experiments that ever has done. Not only what happened to Lemuria, but in terms of its destruction, but also the way his people were treated as test subjects and with cruelty. And it's definitely something he wants to take revenge upon. At the same time, he's got a wounded heart, and in a way that also makes him somewhat fragile. So soon after I started playing Love and Deepspace, I chose him as my main, and I guess it was almost inevitably because we share the same trauma, namely the fear of abandonment. As soon as I experienced his first bond, the nightly stroll, it became very clear that his pouty face when MC showed up to check up on him after he waited for several hours wasn't just like a silly, petty behavior. No, he was being, let's say, clingy, because he was terrified of being left by the MC once again, of being abandoned without any clue if they would ever meet again and if she would fall in love with him again. So that's why he made MC swear she would not make him wait, because I think that was sort of the only way he could think of grounding her words into reality. As fickle as that may be, because, you know, words are but wind. And it was his way of trying to anchor MC to him, although I think not in a conscious way, if we remember Talia's conversation with him about the anchor. And if I can be honest, I resonated with that very deeply, because I too was abandoned. I was ghosted and left out in the cold by friends and people I used to hold dear. And let me tell you, that's a very painful experience that makes you doubt your own worth, and it's very hard to overcome if you don't have any, you know, more positive experiences with other people that sort of negate that. And Raphael as the character, who in a way experienced the same pain, I don't think he would inflict the same wound on someone else, on MC, at least not willingly, because, you know, situations may happen, namely, who knows, I hope that won't happen, that he may have to sacrifice himself to save her. I don't know, I hope not, but he wouldn't do the same thing willingly. That's my point. And maybe that's why even when Raphael is acting all playful and actually winking, we can still see sadness in his eyes sometimes. Have you noticed that? It's there. So yeah, his personality is definitely my favorite of the bunch. And what really won me over, actually, this is funny, was his secret times of the affinity level 55 summer plans. I mean, I cannot tell you how adorable I found that little story about the birdie and the fishy. And that line, "You're fantastic, 'cause you're my sweetheart, bitch."
Once they were up in the air, the little fish told the birdie, "You're fantastic." Guess what the birdie said? The birdie stretched out its wings and said, "Because you're my sweetheart. Why are you laughing?"
So crazy, so sweet, so childlike, and I definitely like that. I don't know if you remember that bit, if you found that secret times funny, but I really did. And that was what won me over, and that's why I totally love his personality. Thank you for joining me on this part personal, part cosmic journey through the deep space tunnel. And even though this was just my personal opinion, of course, do you agree with my selection? Who would you choose for each category? I'd love to hear your thoughts and continue this conversation, so drop a comment below. I'd love that. And if this tier list resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Love and Deep Space lore and deep dives. Until next time, this is Princess Farron signing out. Take care and good gaming. Bye bye.